But it's when they go home with their other parents for a weekend and come back that we have the tough time. Because everything's all nicely integrated here and working very smoothly, and then they go away and they have a whole new mode of living and a whole new way of eating and a whole different set of presents and toys that they receive. And they don't get very much discipline from the other parents, I guess. So when they come back, it's very hard for them to adjust, and it's hard for us to adjust to them. So we have a good, sometimes 3 days if we're lucky, and sometimes a week of readjusting to one another and getting things back into line. We have Eric, who's 8. He's the eldest boy, and he's Ian's son by his first marriage. For a while, we did have a larger family than we have now. We had also Christian, who was 6. He's gone back to live with his mother. And then this is Alexandra, and she's 5. And she's my daughter by my first marriage. And then there's Adrian, who's 18 months, and he's both of ours by this marriage. So now we're 3.
Hey, Alexandra.
Come. Oh, good.
Here's your stereo. Would you like a piece of toast? Well, she's known me. She's probably known me longer than her father. She knows who her father is, and she loves him dearly. Loves to go and see him. But she also has a very special place for me, and it's not that I'm a stepfather or that I'm just Ian. I'm just someone.
Sort of a friend.
I'm a big person who looks after her, and she can always turn to me when she has a problem. And that's what she does. Eric, I found your bike at something, by the way, last night when I came home, in Jonathan's driveway in his driveway. One day, I'm not going to see it. One day, someone's going to pike it. You won't have a bike anymore. And you just want to know.
When he first came to live with us, I didn't do anything to endear myself to him. I just sort of went along as the way I am. He's going to like me the way I am, you know. And I sometimes was afraid of being a miserable stepmother. But he seems to have related to me pretty well.
Back to my bed.
No, you had it. I like that. In the beginning, when Eric and Alexandra would get into some sort of trouble, my immediate feeling would be for Alexandra, because Eric wasn't really, he was a newcomer to the family scene.
Oh, is that clock right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can go in the street. Jonathan's going to be up there.
Here, where's the family?
No, I'm allergic.
You're going to live today.
No, this one's the weekend.
Don't lose today.
No.
Bye.
See you later. Eric would kind of not relate to me too well either, because who was I, trying to arbitrate this trouble. But now things are okay, because look, Eric is going to live with us from now on. He's going to be here for the next 10 years or something, so he's my son just as well as she's my daughter.
We sort of are continually asking her father not to be a sugar daddy. That whole concept of a sugar daddy, which he tends to want to be, because he has a lot of love together, but outside of that, because he lives in a very physical world, he is, he's an entertainer, so he's outwardly manifest. There's a tendency to want to take that, all that he gets, and sort of transfer it onto this incredible little angelic figure he's really not equipped to handle it anyways. We did have one meeting where we asked him to meet to discuss the situation and to try to keep it. And there was his rationale was very simple. I only see her for 2 days or 3 days every couple of weeks. He said, I have to make up for all that time that I have to see her. I said, yes, but he said, you're trying to explain the balance of it all. The trouble is that's fine. But when it's over, then she's got to come back to an environment where she can't get that kind of a treatment. She can't have those 3-hour bubble baths with music piped in, sort of whatever. B, come B. Bring it here, Daddy. I'll show you how it works. Give it to Daddy. Squeeze it. It goes down.
Actually, when I was pregnant with Adrian, there was only one reason I hoped it wasn't a girl, and that is because this new daughter would be in competition with Alexandra as to what she received and what Alexandra got, and the two girls, it would be very obvious of the difference. There wouldn't be any parity between them because Alexandra gets so much from her father. And so not only toys and things, but various other things like trips and going away, and he's going to take her to Disneyland and all these things that perhaps we wouldn't be able to give our daughter simply because we haven't got the time to go on these trips and so on. So I was very relieved that it was a boy.